Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to make a Disneybounding Haunted Mansion card. And if you guys like the Haunted Mansion or Jack or Sally, I will leave a link to a video I made a few months back of Disneybounding Jack and Sally cards at the end of this video. So definitely head on over to that video at the end of this one and take a look. So today's card was inspired by the ride itself, Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, and I tried to use just little hints towards the ride, some shapes and some just basic designs from the ride. So basically I wanted to use this purple with the black detailing, and that was the main concept where I started from. I really liked the nod to the wallpaper on the ride. But instead of being exactly the wallpaper, we wanted to just hint towards that. So that's why I used these old skeleton keys. So that's the background of this purple here. I used this vellum die cut piece to kind of, again, just nod to the basic shapes and stuff that you'll find on the ride. And then I thought this piece of cardstock, this little smash pad is where I got it from, this little like tab card thing here, and that had the little umbrella with the lady's hand holding onto it, which is a nod to the girl on the tightrope over the crocodile in the beginning of the ride when the room is supposedly stretching. So that's why I decided to use this piece. And then I also used the black and white stripes, which is a common design nod to the ride itself. Now, I also did a not so hidden Mickey up in the corner here and some brads just to finish off the card. Also on the inside, I did more washi tape here, black and white stripes, and just basic black. And I wanted to leave this empty because I used this really long sentiment on the cover. So it says, "Only when we are no longer afraid do we begin to live." I just thought it was super creepy and I loved it, so I had to add that. And on the back, I just did my G stamp in basic Tuxedo Memento black, and that was it. Basic, simple card. And instead of using my usual 5.5 by 4 inch card, I decided to use my large cards, in which they are 5 by 6.5 inch. So they're quite big, and that was just to allow this giant die cut piece of vellum. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to make that today. So like I said, you're going to take your 5 by 6.5 inch card and start with that. The next thing you'll want to do is add your washi tape. I used this black and white stripe washi tape, and we're just going to start that and then put that on the bottom. Let me move these pieces aside and just get it towards the bottom as far as you can and just press it down, smooth it out. And then we're going to do another one on the top. Now you can choose to do this in just solid colors. I also had some that looked like old newspaper, but I just thought that the black and white stripe was a better fit. And then you're going to take your scissors and just cut the edges off. Real simple. And I would not suggest wrapping it around the other side of the card because it will show and it won't look very good. So I'm going to just cut those off. Didn't quite get to the edge there. There we go. And then the last piece here. It's hard to do it when you can't get too close. So let's see. Here we go. And put that aside. So that is your first layer. The next piece is the purple cardstock. And I'll give the measurements in the description down below. But I actually ended up cutting this to my original card size, 5.5 by 4. And I just stamped this stamp onto it, the skeleton keys. Now, when I took this out, it actually didn't have a label anymore. It was just in a plastic sheet, so I'm really not sure which company made this because it does not say on the stamp itself. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you can find something close to that. So since this is a larger stamp, I took my Memento black ink and just inked the stamp itself, and then I stamped the images onto the purple cardstock. The next thing you'll want to do is put your large card aside, so that way you can put your piece of vellum down. Now this is the actual, sorry about hitting the camera, die cut that I used. And it is a Cuddlebug, let's see here, Flourish Emblem, sorry, couldn't read that from up here. Flourish Emblem, and then it's, like I said, the Cuddlebug from Cricut. And I had to run that through a couple times through the die cut machine because it just wasn't quite cutting it out for some reason. And then this is the type of vellum that I used. This is the Worldwin Papers Translucent Vellum, and that's in platinum. And then basically just run that through a few times through the die cut machine, and then I ended up cutting off the corners of the piece. So you see all these large corners, I ended up just cutting those completely off because I wanted it to fit better onto the card. So you just take some scissors and kind of cut that off. Next, you'll want to glue that down, and now I'm just going to use my Tacky dot singles because in my original card I used a liquid glue and it just showed too much and I did not like that. So we're just going to peel these apart and then press these down onto certain areas of your die cut piece and then just peel that away. Just use a few of these in strategic places. And the thing about doing this too is that you don't have to glue down every single surface because it makes it a little bit more dainty and elegant to have some of the pieces kind of raise on their own and kind of curl up and look old and vintagey and creepy and, you know, the Haunted Mansion. So there's that piece. Let's put on a couple more, I think, and that will be fine. Again, I'm just pressing down and then peeling the backings away. Maybe one more piece somewhere. Let's see. I think we may have ran out of spots to put it. So let's just put it right here, just for the fun of it. And then we're going to place that down onto the purple cardstock. Try to do it as evenly as possible. Yeah, there we go. And just press down firmly. The next piece you'll want to take is your smash pad, and I used, let's see if I can find one, this card stock here, and it did have a little phrase at the top, but I didn't like it for this card, so I went ahead and just cut that part off. Cut the head of it off, just like on the ride. And then I stamped my sentiment on the side of it, just in my Memento Tuxedo black. And what we're going to do with this is just take our tape runner and glue that down. Just like so, and just place it down the best you can to the center of the card. And we're almost done. What we need to do next is put our brads on here. Now these are some of the brads that I use. They're quite, this one was quite large, and this one is actually a mixture of like bronze and I guess just dark gunmetal black or gray or yeah, silver or something like that. So we'll just use a couple of those, and I liked the fact that they were mismatching because it added to the, you know, distressed look of it. So we'll use a couple of those. And again, I'm sorry, I don't know where we got these from. They're ancient. They've been in our craft room for a long time. But I know you can find brads like this at Michael's. I think Joann's even has some. And how I'm going to do the large brads is by using this little punch and just doing the corners. And you're going to have to maneuver that so it goes in the way you don't ruin it. And I'm just doing that right on the corner there. I hope you could see that. Just right on the corner. I'm pressing that down so it'll create that little hole. And that's big enough and spaced evenly in the corner. And then we're just going to peel the sides apart if we can. This one caused me some grief earlier. There we go. And then just peel those apart and press firmly once again. And then we'll do that on the lower corner here. Ooh, this one's not going in as well as the other one did, but there you go, right in the corner. Now, the Haunted Mansion just so happens to be my, I think, second favorite ride of all time at Disneyland. My very first favorite ride, well, actually, you know what? I have to say it's almost a toss-up between Pirates of the Caribbean. If you know me, you're probably thinking, duh. And then also Peter Pan, The Flight of Peter Pan. I really like that ride. It's just the line for that ride is so long. All right, so the next one, we're going to be using just this little punch tool. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but basically we're just going to push this through the cardstock to make little Mickey ears, a little hidden Mickey. And just going to push that through about right there, and probably about right there would be good. All right, and then go ahead and put in your mismatch brads. These are just the little ones. So you could see there I did the little hole punch there. And then we're just going to separate the backs and peel them apart. And then press firmly once they're separated. And if you turn it, hopefully we can still, then it will lay flat, or more flat. Won't lay flat exactly, but close enough. And then peel those apart and press down firmly as well. So you can kind of see how they're all almost lined up, and you want to make sure that they're not overlapping too much because it will make the card warp even more. So there is your cover. Let's go ahead and place that down onto the actual card with some pop dots. Where did I put those, guys? Where did I put them? Well, I lost my pop dots. There they are. Here we go. So I'm just going to use some small pop dots, which are just little square 3D adhesive square thingies. And we're just going to put down a few of them, so that the whole card just kind of pops and makes it look even cooler. There you go. One for you, one for you, and one for you. And then you just peel off the backings, which I already did on that one apparently. And all four of those. Oops, sorry, I'm not in shot there. Just peeling off all the backings. These are what the backings look like here. And then we're just gonna flip that over and place that as best as we can in the center of this card. Like so. And there you have it. Simple, real easy, fun, exciting card. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Definitely head over to my other video where I showed how to make a Disneybounding Jack and Sally card. I also showed how to make a really cute gift tag. That was that super creepy duck from the movie. And yeah, I hope you guys like it, and stay tuned for Mini Card Monday coming up on Monday. I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.